we are glad that you remain glued with your TV, and particularly soon our phone lines will be open. But we want to let you know, thank God today he is live, in the studio. He's somebody that when you talk about media, you talk about the industry. Yes, it's someone that you can record intrigues of politics. He's a master strategist. Let me.
I thought we were expecting another guest, but I'm happy to be here anyway.
Yeah, we're so happy having you.
Thank you very
The
much.
house.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been on any show, so I hope I can be able to be on the show.
You're already here. Feels good to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Did you vote?
Yes, we did.
Did you vote?
Sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yeah. Because we try our possible best to exercise our right. One of the things that I know that has been our point here is to try to encourage people to go out there, get their PVC, and once they came back to the studio and then continue knowing that we are the watchdog of the society, trying to tell them what is really going on. And we did our best, and then people station is making them come, watching our station is different. People out there will get the best out of this station, and we're happy.
Yeah, the chief politician.
And we're happy you're back, and knowing that you're someone that have been following politics, even from the grassroots. We know that you're one time a special assistant to former governor Issa Yuguda. Yes, sure that you hear from where you're covering how the election is going. Looking at the election generally, which gathers so much interest, the youth, we're like, this is the time we'll get it right. All we went to the polling booths, and then we cast our vote. And then there's this issue of shifting now from the politicians, now to INEC. And then people are saying all sorts of things. We just want to have your own view, and then from your own observation as a observer of this 2023 general election, you went there, you're out there in the field, and you saw how everything transpired. So we just want you to just have your own beavers not working, the ad hoc staff not conversant with even the election process, and so on and so forth.
Would be told we have to say certain things as they are. I said that this is the freest and fairest election ever in Nigeria, until INEC shocked me. Because I say this, I know there are things that are not within the confines of the powers of the INEC boss. A lot of people called for the cancellation of the election. Credible people, a lot. Why wasn't any mind paid to that? That's just the question. You see, when you belong in a system, you are the senator, either the president. So, if you are in the office then, and they disregard the fact that you exist there with the position that you have, how comfortable would you be leading the... No matter how INEC claim to be fair in this election, people, whether you like it or not, have a different opinion. You can go to heaven and come back. Everybody has a different opinion. The only people that are saying the election is free and fair are the people are out there. Compete that at least the election has been the results, the final result. That is the first thing we should be giving God thanks for. But I was talking with a security operative earlier. He was like, we are going out to, monitor the protests and all of that. Definitely there will be protests. There would be protests. Now, I heard I'm answering including things you didn't ask. So, there are a lot of parties that are feeling, APC is feeling we have won the election. PDP is feeling the election was rigged. Labour Party is feeling the election was rigged. NNPP, the election was rigged. We have already not been free and fair. We saw how the elections went. Few places you hear, it will shock you that some INEC staff did not know how to operate the beavers.
Well, I was going to draw attention to the reassuring of their preparedness, and people raise questions, especially as regard the introduction of the beavers, because this is like the first time in the general election time from polling unit, and then the process was not going to be disrupted. They were also questioned about those that might have possibility of hacking the site, but because they said, it's going to be snapped, so at the end of the day, the results are going to be checked if they are actually in consonance with each other. So Security Council gave assurances and all of that. Like you said, you thought it was going to be one of the freest and fairest elections so far. This, it gave hope to Nigerians in the whole process. But I think from what we have seen so far, the calls we received from our observations, the monitoring we went around to do, we noticed that most of the challenge were coming from malfunctioning of observers. I've talked about the fact that failures. So I just wanted to comment on INEC at the polling units. Like, what do you have?
Make the result viewing for 2 days. There were only 93 results.
2 days?
Yes, for 48 hours. This road that you normally follow is blocked. Joyce, what would you do?
Look for alternative.
Why would INEC keep Nigerians waiting for results without an alternative? Why would you keep Nigerians waiting, able to view results? If
people that the reason why the portal is not connecting, because the reason is because there's said no, it's not because of that, it's because they are having hitches.
What hitches? Now, you have hitches, but you promised us full assurance of your preparedness.
And even alternatives.
Sir, there are people who deal with sites with billions of people on it. How many people are on Facebook? Facebook did not malfunction on that day, sir. How many people are on Twitter? Twitter did not malfunction on that day, sir. How many people are on TikTok? TikTok kept on going. Sir, for you to access that IREF, for you to access it, you have to put on a phone number, you have to put on an email, you have to be registered. There will be a verification code that will be sent to the email that you have provided. It is a process. Sir, at some point, I remember assume that this fault came. I just said something in bulk, but I hope people understand what I'm saying. What do you promises that INEC made to people? The assurance, beavers, this one, that one, we are ready, everything is fine, everything is okay. Nobody from other parties paid any mind to even hack INEC website. Nobody, because of the promises they received of conducting a free and fair election. Sir, I said nobody. Do you think there were no people that could have done it? There were rumors. There were rumors. I'm not against the person who emerged. I'm not saying common masses. I'm saying Nigerians. We had retired military generals. We have pastors. We have a lot of people who are saying this election should be cancelled. There was one time I was with you and I told you I see a rerun. I said this to you over 5 times. I said the elections will happen on the presidential election. I told you that because I am a technical person and I see some of these things I understand. It's not even prophetic. If you start reading in between the lines, you can see. Sir, before the elections, every Nigerian had a direction and people made their directions clear. People made their directions clear. That is not election. But that can suggest to you what could have happened.
Yes.
So, if we say that the election was free and fair, people came out, people voted. I saw a video of young people coming out to cast their votes. Did that vote, these votes, did they count? They did. They were counted. I saw a state where a particular party had over 1 million. But coming back to the announcement, I saw hundreds of thousands. I saw another state where a particular party got tens of thousands. Going to the National Collation Center, we heard hundreds of thousands. Now, I saw something by a particular party. They have number of WhatsApp lines. They are asking people to send the results.
And they are pulling units.
Yes. So that they can compare it. They can compare it with what INEC said. Sir, nobody. I am here. I'm wishing Bola Ahmed Tinubu well. But I want people to know that a lot of cases, whether we like it or not, will come out, sir. Nigerians voted you out.
Like we had instances where even sitting governors lost senatorial.
6 of them, I think, if not 7 or so. About 6 of them. Is it not a joyful thing that Nigeria is headed at a particular level, a pedestal? People like bent on ruling Nigerians at various levels, at all cost. Why? Why? Donald Trump was defeated, he accepted it. Goodluck Jonathan was defeated, he accepted it. Goodluck Jonathan had every power within his means to have upturned the election, but he gave it to Buhari.
In fact, he said it was not worth the blood of any Nigerian. And that was why before the announcement, he quickly called and congratulated him.
Let us look. Before the election, how did he get to know the results? There are people that can be given information on a real-time basis. They can know. That was how Nigerians also found out who was leading here, who was leading there, who was leading there.
I want to still draw your attention to the process, because when the process is faulty, then there will be questions coming up from the results at the end of the day. Still, there was a political party agent at the Coalition Center in Abuja that raised a question about the credibility of the result that came out from Ekiti, talking about Dino Melayi. He talked about the fact that one of the advantage of the beavers is so that you'll be able to see the result in real time, and then when presentations are made, at least it's going to be just supposed to see if they are in consonance. And then the presentation, the introduction of beavers was more like to do away with the manual process that we had been doing. But what was seen was more like the manual process of collation, even with the beavers. So how can we know that what is being presented is the same thing as what is obtained in the beavers, and it was not actually manipulated? In fact, he raised a point of how that the number of votes passed is more than the number of accredited voters. Coming from Ekiti, and that's, according to the Electoral Act, means cancellation of that result. It also means that there was actually overvoting in that area. So talking about the body language now of the INEC chairman, some political parties have raised concern. They've talked about the lack of integrity in the process, and even calling for the resignation of the INEC chairman, as well as cancellation of the whole process. Like, what do you make? Do you think that this is going to affect the confidence of Nigerians even in the coming gubernatorial election? And then there are also calls for review of the process, and Lai Mohammed, Minister of Information, is saying you can go to court. INEC is saying the process is free and fair. Anybody that is aggrieved can actually go to court. But now we're talking about the confidence of Nigerians. We're talking about the about 220 million Nigerians. We're talking about the will of the people as well as their future. What do you make of the body language of INEC concerning all the cases that have been raised, especially the malfunction of the process?
Nobody, Joyce, nobody in the whole world over loves injustice. Nobody. Even the unjust. Even the unjust. The unjust does not like injustice. And I'll tell you why. Have you ever seen a thief whose property was stolen? He becomes more furious than a regular person whose property was stolen. How can Nigerians, right under their nose, trust a process that was promised to be free and fair, but turned out to be catastrophic at the end? How can? And I want you to understand, if anybody is watching, I want you to get it that I am not against any senator that was announced winner or presidential aspirant that was announced winner and anyone announced. We're talking about the process like you rightly mentioned.
And the future of Nigeria.
When people in their millions come out in a country to say, this is not right, I think attention should be paid to that.
Sure.
I think attention should be paid to that. There is nothing worth continuing disregarding what the people are saying. Who is going to lead the people? The same people who said no to you coming are the same people you will lead. Now look at it. If a governor emerges as if someone emerges as a governor of a state on a faulty ground, where would justice be? How can he serve justice as a sitting governor? He will be twisted because it's, thank God, everybody, there are places. Look at the FCT declared, I'm not sure. But Joyce, how can people, it has been declared, like, right?
Yes.
How can people trust that even when they come out next Saturday to vote, that you will do what you have said
I think we have Stanley from Rivers.
Okay.
Hello, Stanley. Okay. I think we lost that call. You can do well to call us back, please. Thank you. Please continue. So,
how can people trust the process again? I don't think anybody will trust the process. People will just go out. You will see the turnout. You will see the turnout. Well, people might come out because it is their state. And you know, this has changed the political dynamics.
The country.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do you mean?
Okay, this is what I mean. It has been agitated that whoever becomes president
is a rulover.
With or against, for or against people's wish. Let's wait and see. If Jesus does not return, Saturday is just around the corner. We will see it. Sir, some of the INEC staff in some of the polling units, they couldn't use the beavers. I had to shut somebody up that was saying, is an observer that is teaching you your work? And she's a married woman. And I felt embarrassed. I said, no, don't say that. She might be tensed. The camera could not flip, so it was snapping her. She could not flip it over, and the ring was there. Just a touch, it flipped. So she was doing selfie with people at the polling unit. That's what she was doing. That was one. That's one. Two. Another person was showing people a wrong finger to use. Yes, a wrong finger. The INEC, I was telling people, this is, I said, no, that is not the finger to use, sir. How did the training go?
Okay, there's this complaint, so many callers, complain about INEC training people, but a day to the election, to the election, so many names were, if not all, that so many names were being substituted. Because even people don't even trust the system from the state, because they feel the states are the one that is making the national look suspicious. Because even from the body language of the INEC chairman, you could see, you know, he's not comfortable about certain things because he feels these are things that are supposed to be. Okay, we have a caller on the line from Bauchi.
Hello, Zulay.
Hello.
Yeah, please go on with your contribution.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Zulay.
Okay. My point is that we are not practicing a democratic government at all. If we are actually practicing a democratic government, then the will of the people must be heard. They must be free and fair, but not at all. I think we are actually practicing an autocratic, and then we are actually seeing we are practicing a democratic government. Because this election was just, there were evidence that yes, this election was rigged. There was a video of a lady that the election was, she was showing how the INEC were rigging the election. So what are the INEC chairman saying? That the election was free and fair? No, it's not done like that. I won't vote, even if since my vote cannot count, I don't think voting during the governorship election will count too. Not.
But her message is passed across. You see, people must have fears, because the first cut they say is the deepest, and it takes time to heal. 2 weeks is not enough time. In this case, 2 weeks is not enough time. See, sir, I am happy that in Nigeria roads are not being blocked right now. Well, we're in the studio, so we're not aware. But if there's anything going on like that, we would have been informed, at least even so that we can run. You know, we would have been informed. But truth be told, you can't tell. Maybe there is a plan going on, you can't tell. Maybe people accepted it in good faith, you can't tell. But we are yet to see Obi congratulating Asiwaju. We are yet to see Atiku congratulating Asiwaju. We are yet to see Konkoso congratulate. All of them, nobody has said congratulations.
And APC are urging them to follow the path.
Do you understand? And honestly, let's not damn that. Let's not damn that. That is speaking a lot, sir. It is saying a lot. Let's not damn it. Let us find the rationale behind the silence. Let's find it. Sir, how do you think strong candidates such as Atiku, such as Peter Obi, such as Konkoso will feel when their rights have been trampled upon, and then you are the president, and then they don't give you support?
You have a Rinze from Adamawa, from Anambra.
Hello, Arinze.
Yeah, good afternoon. This election is a total mess-up. This is not even an election, if I'm to say, because people came out massively and everybody decided to make a change for the first time in Nigeria. And here they are, the APC is forcing somebody to win us, which everybody is showing that we don't want this person. I think a normal human being, if you are being invited, if you come to a person's house and the person says, I don't want you, you will be going to your house. But here the government are forcing us. What do they expect of us? Like for person and for me and my family. No.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
The pain on people, I think of how pain they are, you know, and you know, when there is so much expectation for your candidate and he ends up not with, and it takes time to heal, and 2 weeks is not enough time to heal. Already you see people are making decisions out of their anger. Can you see that? People are making decisions out of their anger. Meanwhile, there's celebration in another. So I think we should learn to be, well, we are neutral on this. We are talking about the process. We are not talking about who emerged and who did not, but we're just talking about the process. If the process has with the loopholes, that is where any great support given to whoever emerged at the end.
Well,